Truth. You want the truth? I had to do a second episode on this topic because there is a whole lot more to cover on the topic of what is truth. So, you want the truth?
I'll answer the question. You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
Now, let me reiterate. Truth is consistent. Truth is consistent across time and consistent to all people. Truth does not care what you believe. Let me bring up the illustration of your bank again. If you walked into your bank and you requested to withdraw
$1 million.
it does not matter what you believe you want, what you believe you're entitled to, or what you believe that they should give you. The reality is, if you only have 97 cents in your bank account, then that is all you have access to. And that statement is true regardless of what you believe. It is consistent across time, and it's consistent regardless of personal perspective. That truth transcends the individual. A week can go by and we can look back at that time and that date, and it will still be true that at that moment in time, at that date, you only had access to 97 cents when you really wanted $1 million. See, now truth is not possessional. That means you can't have your truth and I'll have my truth. If you stated to that bank teller, well, that's just your truth, so go ahead, just run me my money, you would most likely be leaving that bank in handcuffs and not money. Saying you have your truth and I have my truth is like saying you have your math, I've got my math. If I told you I will pay you to work at an event of mine and I would pay you $20 an hour and you work for 10 hours, then you came to me at the end of it and I did the math in my head. I said, okay, you worked 10 hours. I said I would pay you $20. Here's $50. You would have an issue with that. And then what if I responded with, you have your math and I have my math? Or I say to you, well, you have your truth and I have mine. Would you be okay with that? No, you wouldn't. So then you would have to agree with me that truth is transcendent and not possessional. Let me continue more on what truth is not. Truth is not your feelings. Just because you feel a certain way does not make it true. Truth has to be consistent, and feelings change. And the only thing consistent about feelings is that they constantly change. Because you feel a certain way does not mean that it corresponds with reality. Yes, it may be true that you feel that way right now, but that does not mean that your feelings correspond with reality. Anytime anyone makes a truth claim, I check to make sure that they have corresponding evidences to support their claim. If they say they woke up in a new Bugatti, well, I can verify those claims with physical evidence. Every true claim should have an empirical way to verify its claims. The claims need to be verified by observation, experience, or reproduction. Observation, you have observed it, historical. Experience, you have experienced it. Or reproduction, they are able to reproduce it. And I hope you're not, one of those who continuously fall for the scams online around tax time to say, send me your 300, I'll turn it into 3,000, because that's not been observed, experienced, or reproduced. Watch out for those scams. And we all apply these basic principles in our daily life. And I hope that these episodes will further refine your ability to identify truth in order to live by it. And at the same time, be able to identify lies, falsehoods, and scams in order to stay away from them. Being able to identify the two will prevent you from going through unnecessary troubles and struggles. So this has been another absolute necessary episode of Justified by SCORE. And I hope you're appreciating them so far, and they're helping you out in everything in life. Apply them. And until next time, Lord willing, peace and grace.